Hello, my name is Angela Velasquez. I'm the editor of Ribbit, and today I have with me three special guests to talk about their Cradle-to-Cradle journeys. Please introduce yourself. Christina?
Hello, my name is Christina Raab, and I'm the Vice President Strategy and Development at the Cradle2Cradle Products Innovation Institute based in Amsterdam, the Netherlands.
Adriana?
Hello, my name is Adriana Galjashevic. I am denim and sustainability expert working at G-Star Raw.
And Omar?
Hi, my name is Omar Ahmed. I'm CEO at Artistic Milliners.
Great. So Christina, how does Cradle2Cradle help transform industries? And version 4 is coming out soon. What changes can we expect?
Yeah, thank you, Angela. Very exciting times at the Institute indeed. So the Cradle-to-Cradle principles are transformative for industries in general because they take a very unique, holistic approach to the way products are designed and are made. And while doing that, we always have the new economy in mind, an economy that is safe, circular, and responsible. So the Cradle-to-Cradle principles are captured in a very comprehensive framework and in a global standard that's called the Cradle-to-Cradle Certified Product Standard. And the standard has 5 categories: material health, product circularity, water and soil stewardship, renewable energy and climate, as well as social fairness. The standard is currently in the version 3.1, and later this year we will release the version 4 of the standard. That is, that we continuously strive at having the latest scientific findings in the standard reflected, and to also further increase the strength of the 5 categories that we have. We will have adjustments, changes to all 5 categories in the version 4, but in particular to the product circularity category and the social fairness category. The social fairness category has been further strengthened, also in terms of the rigor, and has been further aligned with international standard and existing social frameworks. And in the product circularity category, we take a very comprehensive look at the circularity in terms of circular sourcing, circular design, and circular infrastructure, which means in the circular design, for example, we are looking at cycled and renewable content. In the circular design, it's about using materials that are compatible with the technological or the biological cycle. And in the circular systems, we are, for example, requiring that circularity metrics is being made publicly available so that the end of use of the product can be easily handled as well.
And Adriana, how can the Cradle-to-Cradle framework be best used for product design and development?
We see Cradle-to-Cradle standard as an opportunity to think about denim design in a new way. Innovation has always been at our core. So for us, it's about seeing how this holistic framework, which looks at the product design from 5 different perspectives that Christina already mentioned, can actually become an enabler of new design rather than a barrier or limitation.
And Omar, how does the framework promote the improvement of a product's environmental and social performance?
Well, again, like how my colleague said, that the C2C framework covers all aspects of product and process, including environmental and social. And so for continuous improvement, the framework has been evolving and filtering more contents in order to build safer products. And we are working closely with them on version 4.0 now, and to help improve our value chain accordingly, which will benefit not only us, but all companies, consumers who care about sustainable production. So since more and more of our brand partners are adopting the C2C guidelines, we are actually now co-creating products with designers and developers from the ground up, using the C2C material library and toolkit. So for instance, after our first C2C gold fabric launch, we went on to develop the first gold level stretch denim with our partners G-Star and Roeka, which was relatively faster and easier when compared to the first launch. And now we are working on launching our first gold certified jeans with recycled cotton, which will bring more circularity attributes into play. And so basically, a well-established template is helping us build better products from the ground up. It is also important to highlight that C2C accreditation also requires emotional innovation by companies, which is more important than ever before now, especially on the social front, which is an area where we have really excelled over the years at Artistic Milliners. Our most notable efforts being our women empowerment program with Gap Inc. and more recently our fair trade program for our factory workers.
Okay. Adriana, through a collaboration with Artistic Milliners and G-Star introduced the world's first cradle-to-cradle gold denim fabric in 2008. And you follow that up with a range of cradle-to-cradle gold certified denim products. Tell us about that process.
So for G-Star, innovation is at our core, as mentioned earlier, and as circular building blocks in denim industry, according to the Cradle-to-Cradle principles, were not there, we decided to develop them. So ever since we launched our most sustainable jeans in 2018, which featured the world's first Cradle-to-Cradle gold denim fabric that we developed with Artistic Milliners and G-Star, we have been building on this innovation. So we started with the fabric as a circular building block because it makes up the largest part of the garment, and this way we could have a bigger impact. Since then, we have brought 3 more denim fabrics into the market according to the same principles, including the world's first stretch, as Omar earlier mentioned. And from there, the natural next step was to work on optimizing the product ingredients beyond the fabrics. This is where we went through the full garment certification, where we worked beyond fabrics and optimized interlining, pocketing, prints, threads, labels, washing, and garment manufacturing processes according to the C2C principles at gold level. This work resulted in a range of denim products which are designed for circularity or reuse, and these garments are 100% recyclable, contain 0 toxic chemicals in all of their components. 0 water was wasted during the make and wash, and they're all made using 100% renewable energy. So in order to have an impact on the style level, we applied these innovations to our best-selling styles. So this whole process is what we call creation of our circular design toolbox, because only by having the right tools, we are able to design the products of the future.
And Omar, in terms of cradle-to-cradle, what does the future hold for Artistic Milliners? Do you envision a time when all of your fabrics may be certified one day?
Yeah, I mean, this is the goal we're working on right now. On getting all our products C2C on the C2C platform. Ideally we would want all our jeans to certify as platinum or gold, but unfortunately we are limited in terms of our ingredient mix. And so in the short term, many of our products will only certify as bronze or silver. However, we will keep pushing our teams and our supply chain partners to build cleaner, more circular products, and hopefully sooner rather than later, all our products at Artistic Milliners will be gold and platinum certified. It's a difficult task, but we don't feel it's impossible in the long run.
And Adriana, what is one aspect that needs to be addressed for cradle-to-cradle products to scale?
So we as one brand cannot change the entire denim industry. This is why when we launched our world's first Cradle-to-Cradle denim fabric, we made an open access to actual fabric. We are Cradle-to-Cradle Products Innovation Library. This meant that other brands could use our fabric and other mills could learn about the revolutionary hydrosulfate-free indigo technology so they can adapt positive denim practices in their own productions. The Institute's Materials Registry is a great platform for safe building blocks and healthy products. So we use this library to showcase our certified products as well as a resource. This library as a resource is there, so we don't have to reinvent the wheel. This way we can learn from each other, build upon each other's work, and give back. It's great to see how all of our 15 supply chain partners have worked together to make the fully certified denim products possible. And together we have created a momentum for taking steps towards more circular denim industry. For us, collaboration is not only key to scaling the circularity, but virtually to everything we do.
Christina, what do you think is needed to scale the standard?
So to build on what Omar and Adriana have said, one important role the Institute has to play is to support and to help companies move, from individual product certifications to certification of full product portfolios, and ultimately optimizing production sites in a way that all the products that come out from this production site could be Cradle-to-Cradle certified. That's a vision that also Omar has painted. And we continue to look at the mechanisms through the certification and through our standard to make this vision a reality. What is really important there is, of course, to recognize that the standard is very rigorous in its different performance levels, and that it's really about this continuous improvement, moving products, from a bronze, silver level up to gold and platinum. To build on the point that Adriana has made around the collaboration, we have established at the Institute user groups, and those user groups bring basically the industry together, or a sector together, to discuss systemic issues that could be collectively addressed in the pre-competitive space in order to solve them much faster and more effectively than one individual or single company could do. And the Institute also has a big role to play in showcasing the best practices that already exist on Cradle-to-Cradle certified, to demonstrate the innovations that come out from this framework, and to make as many case studies as possible available to the industry for guidance and for inspiration.
So it's clear from this talk that we're having that partnerships are essential, which also happens to be the focus of the number 17 UN Sustainable Development Goal. Christina, how does Cradle2Cradle support these goals?
So the Cradle-to-Cradle certification, or the product standard actually, and the framework, they support all of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals directly or indirectly. But I would like to highlight maybe 3 goals where we in particular contribute to, and these are also goals I believe are very relevant in the current discussions and the current climate that we are having in the world. A very big contribution we're making is to the goal 3, which is dedicated to good health and well-being, and it specifically spells out to reduce the number of deaths and illnesses from hazardous chemicals and air, water, soil pollution and contamination. And this is very much reflected also in the Cradle-to-Cradle certified framework, for example, that we have the material health assessment methodology, where we look at identifying, assessing, and then really optimizing also the safety of the chemicals that are used to manufacture the certified products. I also would like to highlight the goal 8, which is about economic growth and decent work. So the economic growth is really about decoupling the economic growth from the environmental degradation, especially related to resource extraction, raw material consumption, or material disposal at the end of a product's use life. And that's really at the heart also of Cradle-to-Cradle. And of course, in decent work, that is very strongly linked to also our social fairness category to protect labor rights and promote safe and secure working environments for all the workers. And the 3rd goal I would like to highlight is the goal 12 on responsible consumption and production. This goal not only looks at the natural resources management and the reduction of waste, but also has an ambition that people everywhere have relevant information and also the awareness for sustainable development and for sustainable lifestyles in harmony with nature. And the Cradle-to-Cradle certification directly addresses the goal in that we have a product mark that is visible, you know, when the certification is achieved on the product, and very clearly also enables sustainable purchasing decisions, sustainable lifestyles, and over the longer term also behavior change in the people.
And Amr, last question. How does the Cradle-to-Cradle certification process help you better implement the sustainable development goals into your business strategy?
So, I mean, the C2C, you know, the targets, the 5 major areas of manufacturing, starting with material health, product circularity, you know, that's all there. But then we also have the renewable energy and climate side, and the water stewardship side as well. So it's helped us with those standards, and Artistic Milliners has is very well aligned with the C2C goals there. As mentioned before, we've invested heavily in clean energy and water stewardship. You know, it was only after a C2C certification that we were actually able to quantify and communicate accurately the impacts of our investments. And so, you know, we covered and documented perfectly. You know, as an example, we use 40 megawatts of power produced by, you know, fossil fuel, and our wind energy wing produces around 50 megawatts of clean energy. So this offsets our carbon footprint, you know, by around 10 megawatts. Hence, you know, makes us a carbon negative company. We're also in the process of adding another second project, same 50 megawatts wind farm, which will further negate our carbon footprint. So C2C really helps us bring that onto a certification platform, which wouldn't be possible otherwise.
Well, thank you, everyone. I think that's a wrap, but thank you for sharing all your thoughts on this topic. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Angela. Thank you for having us.